So the subject of this story makes the Tinder swindler look like a Boy Scout and makes you wonder, how do people fall for these scams? This is 21-year-old Darin Schilmiller, who lives in New Salisbury, Indiana. This man created different personas on different social media sites as well as dating sites in an attempt to find women to fulfill his dark fantasies. And one of the people that he managed to find was actually dumb enough to fall for it, would be this person right. This is 22-year-old Denali Bremer, who when she met Darin, she was actually 18 years old. Now her and Darin met online and they formed a relationship, but the thing was, she didn't know him by Darin, she actually knew him by Tyler, and he said that he was a millionaire from Kentucky. Now they would talk and flirt with each other throughout text messages. Then after a while, once he managed to get her trust, that's when he actually did the most unthinkable thing you could possibly think of. So Darin told her that he would pay her $9 million to take the life of somebody and also take pictures and record the evidence so that way he has verification that she actually did what he said to do. So Denali, she thought about it, and then after giving some consideration, she felt like this was too much of an opportunity to pass up, so she went ahead and agreed to the deal. So after agreeing to it, she felt like this was something that she couldn't do by herself, so she recruited several people to help her out with this. She recruited 16-year-old Caden McIntosh and 19-year-old Caleb Leyland. She also recruited 2 other people, but due to the fact that they were underage, the media was not able to release their names or information. So now that she had her crew, she had to figure out who her target would be, and after careful consideration of who she would pick, she actually picked her best friend, 19-year-old Cynthia Hoffman. Now, based on the information that I was able to gather, both Cynthia and Denali actually met back in high school. But the one thing about Cynthia was that she actually suffered from an intellectual disability, where even though she was 19 years old, she was actually had the mind frame of a 7th grader. So now that she had her crew and her target, they went ahead and started planning out of everything. And so on June 2nd, 2019, that's when they went ahead and executed everything, where they actually convinced Cynthia to come out and go for a hike with them. So on that day, Caleb had let them use his car, and so Denali and Caden actually went to go pick up Cynthia and take her to the hiking trail. And the hiking trail they went to go take were the Thunderbird Falls trails, and so when they got there, they got out the vehicle and started walking on the trail line until they got to a clearing. Now throughout the hike, Denali was actually texting Darin, letting him know like everything that was going on, and so he told him like, once you get to a certain area, go ahead and execute everything. So they got to a clearing, that's when they attacked her and went ahead and duct taped both her hands and feet and made her sit on the ground on her knees. Now once they had her duct taped, they went ahead and took pictures of it and sent it to Darin, but then Darin wanted to take it one step further and asked them to assault her. So Denali and Caden were not okay with that, and so what happened was Caden actually put a gun out and actually shot Cynthia in the back of the head, and then took her body and dumped it into a river. So now they was trying to pull off the perfect crime, so what they ended up doing was they took both Cynthia's clothes and her belongings and then text her family members saying that they was going to drop her off at a park, and so they went to a different park and actually burned all her belongings along with the gun that they used to execute her. Now Cynthia's parents went to go pick her up from the park, but they know that she went there. They went ahead and searched for her. When they couldn't find her, that's when they realized that she was missing, and so they went to the police department and actually filed a missing person report. But in the end, they actually found Cynthia's body 2 days later in the river. So during their investigation, they realized the last 2 people that she was with was Denali and Caden. And so after interviewing them and questioning them to see what actually happened, that it was when Denali actually came forth with everything that actually occurred. Denali told them about the guy she met online who offered $9 million to go ahead and unalive somebody, as well as record it and send them pictures of the murder afterward. But she also showed them evidence that Darin actually tried to blackmail her by saying that he wants her to assault an 8 or 9-year-old as well as a 15-year-old. Otherwise, if she didn't do it, he said that he would actually leak the footage of what she actually did to authorities and have her arrested. So with the evidence they had on hand, they went ahead and arrested Denali as well as Caden on first-degree murder charges. Caleb was also indicted on murder because he lent them his car knowing what they was going to do with it. And the mastermind behind everything was also arrested by Indiana State Police, where they extradited him to Alaska to pay for his crimes. Now, out of everybody in the whole entire group, Denali was the only one that took a plea deal where she would do 30 to 99 years in prison, where everybody else pled not guilty and are awaiting trial as of now.